Hello everyone. Today in this session of class 10th, I am going to explain you about sexual reproduction in plants. As we all know that in sexual reproduction, there is a fusion of male and female gametes to form diploid zygote, as male and female gametes are haploid in nature. So, let us discuss the reproductive parts of the plant. In plant, the reproductive part is a flower. This is a China rose. In this, we will be studying about its parts. The parts are, first is the parts. This is the pedicel. This is the pedicel. This is the green color is the calyx. This light yellow color is the corolla. And these are the stamens or the androecium. And this is the stigma. Stigma inside the staminal tube is the style, and here it is located above the thalamus is the ovary. So we can say that the calyx, they are the group of sepals. Petals, they are a group of petals is called corolla. The stamen, a group of stamen is called androecium, and the pistil or carpel has stigma, style and ovary. And these all parts of the flower are placed on the thalamus of the flower. Isn't it? Now let us discuss the functions of these parts. Calyx, they are the green in color, or sepals, they are the green in color, and they are protective in function. They protect the inner whorls. These are the whorls of the flower. So the calyx, they protects the inner whorls. Petals, they are colored. They help in pollination. Next is the stamens. These are the male reproductive part, and they are consist of anther and filament. This anther where the pollen grains are formed. Stigma, which becomes receptive to accept the pollen grains. Style helps to bring down the pollen nuclei towards the ovule for fertilization. So, the carpel or pistil is the female reproductive part. Androecium or stamens, they are the male reproductive parts. Now let us discuss the pollination. What is pollination? During the pollination, the anther bursts, and when the anther bursts, the pollen grains are released in the air and they come and settles on the stigma. When they settles on the stigma, the style or stigma, they releases the nutritive fluid which helps the pollen grain to grow the pollen tube. And this pollen tube, they bring down the pollen nuclei, which is 2 in number, for double fertilization in plants. They come towards the ovule, towards the micropylar region, and they fertilize the ovule. The pollination, there are abiotic and biotic agents. Abiotic agents is wind and water. Biotic agents are insects, birds, bat, which brings pollen for fertilization. Now there are 2 types of pollination: self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination occurs in a bisexual flower. For example, this flower, China rose, is a bisexual flower where the stamen and pistil both are available in a single plant or a single flower. When in this type of flower, the anther are releases and the anther releases the pollen grain, and this pollen grain comes and settles on the stigma and fertilization occur. This is called self-pollination. In cross-pollination, the flower such as watermelon or cucumber, papaya, where the male flower and female flower are born separately, either in two different plants like in papaya or like in cucumber, they are seen or formed in two different branches. So with the help of insect or air pollination, the cross-pollination occurs. But the species, the pollen compatibility is maintained that the pollen grain accepted by the stigma of the own species. Like papaya, they will receive the pollen grains from papaya male flower. Watermelon, they receive the pollen grain from the male pollen grain flower. So this is called cross-pollination. Now the process of double fertilization in plants. What happens during double fertilization? During the double fertilization, when the pollen tube bring down the two pollen nuclei towards the ovule, one of the pollen nuclei fuses with the male egg nucleus to form the diploid zygote. The second pollen nuclei, it fuses with the polar nuclei to form triploid endosperm nucleus, that is called PEN, triploid primary endosperm nucleus. So since two times the fertilization occurs in angiospermic plant, it is called double fertilization. Now the post-fertilization changes in the plant. What happens after fertilization? After fertilization, the result of syngamy is formed the diploid zygote, and this diploid zygote, they finally develops into the embryo. And this embryo, finally, the ovule develops into the seeds. And seeds that contain the embryo, which is they preserve the future baby plant in the form of plumule and radicle. The endosperm, which is triploid in nature, they fuses with the seeds to form two types of seeds in the plant. One is the monocot seed, which is a single cotyledon, and a dicot seed, which is a double cotyledon, two cotyledon in dicot seeds. The ovule transformed into the seeds, the ovary transformed into the fruit, the integuments forms the seed coat, and the other parts, petals, sepals, stigma, these all they dry, shrivel, and they fall off, and only the fruit is held up by the pedicel part. Sometimes the sepal or calyx remain intact in the fruit. For example, green chili, raw tomato, the sepals are seen intact with them. Now, let us discuss the structure of the seeds. The seeds contain, if we observe the soaked gram seed, we see that the seeds contain the seed coat, and if we dissect it, we found that a dicot seed consists of two cotyledon and a embryo which suppose to give rise the plumule and the radicle. A plumule give rise to the shoot system and radicle give rise to the root system. So in this way the embryo it contains the future baby plant. So thank you for this session.